What is up, YouTube? So, like promised, we're back at it. We've got our 84 to 85, our very unique Kawasaki KX80 right here. I'm not sure if it really just applies to that year or what, but from what I could see, at least the crankshaft is for only those years, and the top end as well. So I'm going to assume and just go with it that this is just for those years. So we're going to start by removing our stator cover right here. I don't think there's much special about it. However, I am going to make our little cardboard cutout just so we could get all the case bolts on there as well and have a complete kit. All right, I'm going to grab the stuff. Be right back. All right, boys, let's get back to it. So we got our little card here. Pretty ugly, but it'll get the job done. Make sure you push really hard. Might not be able to see me when I'm doing this, but all I'm doing is putting my shoulder on this to really give it some good seating, because you don't want to strip these. We learned in that last video. We got very lucky, extremely lucky. Alright, so let's see what's behind the stator. We got a gasket that actually looks like it might still be okay from the 1980s. Crazy. Alright, so we lost a couple bolts. I'm gonna pick those up here in a second. There's our magneto, flywheel, whatever you want to call it. We got our collar still on here. We're gonna just take the rest of these bolts right now. Looks like it might have been apart recently. There's one click. I've already cleaned these out with a wire brush and a pick. To make sure there's no problems. So there is a couple on the inside behind the stator. So we're just gonna pull the ones we got loose for now. Oh, yeah, we gotta put all these on here. Shoot. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna put all these case bolts on. Be right back. Alright, sorry. Back again. So we're gonna pull off this collar real quick, just because it's staring at me. This one does not have a O-ring. So we got most of our bolts here, and we now have 150 in here. So hopefully it'll pop right off. And let's grab our puller. Actually, I recommend going around at least this outer edge, and all these are going to be reverse threaded. Well, I should say almost all. Watch this one not be. At least this type of magneto or flywheel on average is going to be reverse threaded. Alright, so this is what I recommend doing, is hitting it pretty good with a wire brush before you try to seat that thing in. Let me grab it real quick. Actually, it might be just right here. I think I moved it. So we got both of them right here. I believe these are actually different thread types. Let's see what we got. So you're gonna have to back it out, obviously. And there it goes, pretty easy. Wouldn't be bad to stick a little bit of grease on there even. Probably won't account for anything. It's probably going to bottom out right now. Oops. Now it will. Alright, so you obviously don't need to go that crazy, but I was just doing it just to get a little bit of that grease in there. So, next we're going to grab whatever you want to use, crescent wrench, or this is, I think, probably like a 19 millimeter. Pretty sure this is a 17 millimeter. One second. Alright, so I just use a crescent wrench, but this is probably like a 23 or 24 you would need, open end. I would just recommend a crescent because you really don't need to do much other than hold. So you're just gonna start driving her in. Oops. And it's better if you could get something like that. Try to get it right here. This is a good good angle. Sometimes if you can even hold it together. So there we are. I don't know if you can see it that well. Doesn't look horrible. I'm gonna hit it with the old ooh, I don't know, this rubber. I was gonna say I was gonna sandblast it. Maybe we'll go ahead and tape some of this off. Anyway, not part of the video. So we're gonna set our magneto inside of the cover right there. Try to keep it contained. Should have probably put it in a bag. Alright, next we got some ugly looking Phillips in here. We're gonna grab our wire brush again. Try not to mess with any of the wires. Just hit that. If yours looks like this, or even if it doesn't, I always recommend cleaning your Phillips before you start trying to remove them. Any Phillips head is just a sketchy thing to mess with. Alright, so there we go. 1 second. So yeah, if your Phillips are really very rusty, I'd recommend using something like this just to kind of get on them and stick it in there and just blast it, and it'll clean that pretty good. These ones are a little on the crusty side. Trying not to mess this thing up at all. Alright, good enough. We're gonna just stop there because no need to do that. Gonna clean off my Phillips because it's a little dirty. And let's see, it looks like it's gonna be a different size actually. Ooh, this one's pretty chunked up. Might have to take this one off using the we could try this. Vice grips possibly on that top one. I can't get that off. Alright, so there we go. Is it recording still? Alright. So we're gonna go for our first. Make sure you apply quite a bit of pressure. Yeah, that is not gonna be coming off. So I'm gonna clean that off. It's gonna be a vice grip challenge. That one came off good, no surprise. This one should be good. No surprise. Alright, so at least we got a little bit of room to work with. Let me grab my vice grips. Alright, so vice grip challenge. We just won one of these the other day. Same exact engine, so I have confidence that this will work. I'm gonna make sure, since we're going counterclockwise. I'm going to try to make the clearance for counterclockwise. That's way too loose. You want to make sure you get a nice edge on this bad boy, so you just feel it like you're gripping it. That's pretty good. And that'll do it. See that? So we broke it loose using, this is almost all you'll need. As long as you can get them in, these things will take off the bolt, as long as the bolt actually has decent integrity as well. Sometimes you could just shatter the bolt. So that's what it looks like. Had a lot of meat on there to get it off with the vice grips. All right, so bag that up, be right back. So electrical, I always recommend wrapping in paper or something that's non-static charged, so you're not gonna mess anything up in this, because there is a possibility that if it gets more amps than the lines can hold, the circuits can hold, the capacitors can hold, they blow. So it's a kind of a weird computer thing, but something that I just like to make sure that I do. Looks good here. We'll clean it out real quick just for fun. Does look a little sandy, but hey, it's not a big deal. We'll go ahead and grab, I think that's it. So yeah, we'll call this part 2. Next part will be splitting the case. We are just going to go ahead and take out these last couple of bolts from the case. We got 4 of them inside. Make sure you push hard. All right, I'm gonna put those on our card here, and I will see you hopefully on part 3, which will be coming up right now for me, but might take just a couple minutes for you. All right, peace.